I try not to include the preachy vegan stuff in videos that aren't like explicitly about the vegan stuff. So if you disagree with the things that I said, hopefully you can still enjoy my channel. Hello, Willow Davis. How's it going? Having a little bit of a busy day today. Well, not really. It's not like crazy, but just filmed a cooking video. There's a couple of more things have to be done for that, and so it's not going to be done today, unfortunately. Also doing a vlog today. We're going to a haunted hayride tonight, which would be pretty epic. Also did some P.O. box stuff, so look forward to that. But I want to take this time, and sorry if the sound's not great or whatever. I got my phone going right now. I just wanted to make it a quick thing, hopefully minimal editing. But I wanted to go ahead and respond to things that were said or asked about the vegan Q&A video that I already posted earlier in the week. There was a couple of comments responding or inquiring about things I said in that. Even a couple of posts that I missed on the original thing that I made saying ask your questions. Also a couple of comments on the original posts that seemed like people just wanted to talk or have a complaint of some kind, and they crafted it into the form of a question, kind of, in hopes that I would read it. But anyway, I wanted to address those real quick. So I saw at least a couple of people saying, like, how come I can't care about the environment or climate change or global warming and not be vegan? Person not being vegan thinks, you know, I should be able to care about those things without being hypocritical. And I didn't mean to come across that way entirely. I think what I kind of said was, like, people, like vegans, look at things like the protests for awareness of climate change and things like that and wanting action. They see those protests and stuff and think, I wonder how many of those people are vegan. The reason being because it seems like a way to help the environment, at least reduce your impact. I'm not perfect. There's plenty of things I could be doing to reduce my impact on the environment, you know, with like reducing plastics or carbon footprint, things like that. However, going vegan seems like a large step towards helping, especially being the large contribution of greenhouse gases by like the cattle industry and the amount of water that those industries use, things like that, you know? So I didn't mean that you can't care about the environment and not be vegan. It's just a thing that vegans would think. I kind of think it too. It's not my firm belief and I'm going to, you know, make it a solid thing. It's just a thing that I think sometimes people think it. That's what I meant. Other stuff, I know people said, like, what about bugs in the home? Because I said I try not to kill bugs whenever possible, unless it's something that's like literally attacking or whatever. Obviously, if you're getting infested with like ants, termites, any of the possible things, I'm not saying you have to just like live with those and let them destroy your house or whatever. Veganism is a lot about just reducing harm wherever you can. So if there's a humane way to either remove them, or if you have to end up, the only way is to like do some kind of humane extermination, however humane as possible, then I get it. You're just trying to do as much as you can within reason to, you know, just avoid harm to animals or using any animal products, things like that. I know a lot of people don't care about bugs that claim to eat vegan, but it's just a nice thing to do because why not, you know? Oh, another thing. Some people said it's hypocritical to think that you're doing it any better when, in fact, the destruction of land or usage of land, things like that that involve growing vegan food are still, you know, causing harm to whatever place, destroying habitats, killing field mice, things like that. And while that's true, it's still contributing in some way to these things. Like I said before, you're just trying to do as much possible. And the fact is, it takes a lot more land to, first of all, have land for all of the cattle and all the goings on with that, plus the land it takes to grow the food that all of the animals are eating that you're growing to kill. That ends up taking up a lot more space than it would to just make food to eat it, like crops. It's just a fact it takes up less space. Even the amount of food that we're growing to feed to cattle is like way more than we would need if we were just eating it directly. So it's a reduction in the damage done, which is what it's all about. I said in there, someone asked how I feel about zoos. I said I don't like them. And that's true. Things about like exotic pets and zoos. So first of all, I realize there's programs that a lot of zoos do where they're kind of helping endangerment or looking after animals that can't be released into the wild. That's some good stuff. I always support a nice sanctuary. But I think, in large part, a lot of zoos and animal facilities, places where you go for like a spectacle and a show especially, are really not looking out for the animal. Like, obviously, SeaWorld is horrible. And I think you could see that a lot of the animals in captivity, they're really not meant to be there. Especially animals that you're like taking from other countries and stuff and like bringing here or other places. It's just not meant to be. It's not a thing that we really need to intervene in, and having them just be like exposed to the public at all times and whatever else. It just doesn't seem natural to me. Also with exotic pets, I know like some of those industries have kept certain species alive due to other reasons of them losing population, which is probably largely involved with human intervention in those ecosystems. And like, you know, I'm not an expert on that, I'll admit, you know, but there's a lot of bad stuff in the exotic pet industry, you must admit. And even with people just buying regular domestic animals, pets, dogs and cats, instead of adopting ones that need homes already, there's just a lot of bad stuff involved. I think like because you can go ahead and buy like reptiles and insects and all different kinds of things that aren't like natural to this area or anything like that. And it just doesn't need to happen, in my opinion. Obviously, there's like certain programs, structures in place to help with endangered species, things like that. But I'm talking about like places that just sell weird exotic pets and no one really, anyone can buy them, anyone can do whatever with them. And it's just really wrong to me. Especially in countries where you can have like a monkey and stuff. That's not like you're like nursing them as a sanctuary type of thing, or they can't go back to the wild. It's totally wrong in my opinion. I don't think people should be having those, especially something as intelligent as a monkey, as a pet, especially when they're not really sure how to care for them like people are with like a typical domesticated animal. And like with everyone's obsessed with like sugar gliders or different kinds of reptiles. People get like a snake and they put it in a box that it can't even like extend fully in and think it's fine. I really don't think that's fine. It's pretty disgusting to me. And so no, for the most part, I don't support buying animals, especially ones that like aren't like the domesticated animals that need to have a home because they can't live on their own or whatever else. I don't really support people having outdoor cats. I know that's a big trigger for everyone, but like, I just don't see the point. They kind of mess up ecosystems, and it seems like a real danger to the cat to be running around like that. I mean, obviously it's a little bit less of a problem if you have spayed or neutered your cat, because at least then they're not contributing to like, you know, feral cat populations or colonies. If you've bought an animal, I'm not saying you have to give it up or kill it or anything like that, obviously. Keep your adorable critters if you are able to care for them, of course. But yeah, there's just a lot of there's a lot of animals out there that people are having as pets that weren't really meant to be, and they're not in good conditions for them, and no one really cares or knows what to do with them. So that's what I meant with that. I'm not falling back on that. And other than that, I don't know if anyone brought this up, but just another point that I might have missed in the last video. People have a problem with cross-contamination, such as like at Burger King where they're selling the Impossible Whopper, which you can make vegan, and then like, hey, epic, but they use the same grill or something, and people say that's not vegan, there's cross-contamination. Of course, I always prefer no cross-contamination. I would like it to be absolutely pure. That is definitely my preference. But if you're buying vegan, if you're asking for vegan and they're cooking it on the same surface or whatever, you are not funding the industry. You're not funding animal cruelty or use of animal products. You're still only buying the vegan stuff. The contamination's nasty, I will admit, not a huge fan of it, but it doesn't necessarily make it not vegan, because you're still doing the good. You're still using your money to say, I'm supporting non-animal things. Just a thought there. I understand if I'm not going to force it down anyone's throat if it's cross-contaminated. There's obviously preferences. I certainly have a limit, like, you know, if there's like literally like, what I mean is I'm obviously not going to go cooking my vegan eggs in like in a pan that someone just cooked bacon in and have all like the grease there. That's nasty AF. I agree. But like for certain things, it's like, okay, I can settle here, you know. Not preferable, but sometimes some people can live with it, some can't. I think it can still be considered vegan. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Gonna wrap this up here. Don't want to go on too long. That's the tea. I hope I could clarify for everyone. Other than that, I try not to include the preachy vegan stuff in videos that aren't like explicitly about the vegan stuff. So, if you disagree with the things that I said, hopefully you can still enjoy my channel. I'm gonna try not to like sneak these things into other videos that aren't necessarily about that, you know. So I hope we can still be cool, and I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to some of the stuff I got coming out because I'm working hard on it. Anyway, I'll see you there. Willow Davis, out.